As the sun rose over Appalachia, steam hissed from copper stills, and the scent of fresh yeast and oak drifted on the winter wind. But in the Moonshiners' master distiller distillery, something a little sweeter was wafting through the air. Vanilla, cinnamon, and chocolatate was time for another high-stakes challenge, and this one was unlike anything the competitors had tackled before. In the words of Tim Smith, "This ain't your granddaddy's corn whiskey." Episode 4 of Season 7, titled Baked Booze, was all about pushing the boundaries of what moonshine could be, taking baked goods, from cakes to cookies, and turning them into high-proof, flavor-forward spirits. The goal? Use bakery items as the base to create a unique spirit that packed a punch and told a story of memory, tradition, and experimentation. Meet the Distiller 3 Moonshiners, each with their own style and story, walked into the distillery, greeted by the judging panel: Tim Smith, Mark Ramsey, Digger Mains, and a special guest, Chef Millie Pertry, a Bronx-based Southern pastry chef with a palate as sharp as her wit one. Just Stovepipe Collins, a third-generation Shiner from Georgia, known for his tobacco-sweet corn whiskey and stubborn commitment to old-school techniques. He walked in with flour on his boots and a twinkle in his eye, too. Crystal Craze Barnes, a chemistry major turned distiller from Asheville, North Carolina. She was known for mixing traditional distilling knowledge with scientific precision, favoring fruit infusions and clean finishes. 3. Ray Big Dog Martinez, a former pastry chef turned home distiller from Houston, Texas. With tattoos of rolling pins and roses down his forearms, Big Dog was as much artist as outlaw. The challenge. The bakery mash-up the rules was simple, but the task deceptively difficult. Each distiller had to craft a spirit using baked goods as their fermentable base. They had access to cakes, cookies, muffins, breads, pies, and assorted pastries. Additional ingredients like spices, extracts, fruits, and even frostings were fair game, but no traditional grains or sugars. They had just 12 hours to ferment, distill, and bottle their final product. Digger clapped his hands. "Now let's see if y'all can make Grandma's cookies into Grandma's hooch." Fermenting flavorses, the timer started. Each distiller raced to their bakery stash like kids at a candy store. Stovepipe Jesse went straight for the banana bread, raisin muffins, and pecan pie. "We got starches, we got sugar, and we got soul," he said, grinding it all down with a shovel like he was feeding a coal furnace. He added a dash of molasses and cinnamon stick to his pot, claiming he was creating the South in a jar. Meanwhile, Craze had something more precise in mind. She selected lemon bars, shortbread cookies, and cream cheese danishes. This isn't about sweetness. It's about acidity, texture, and mouthfeel, she explained as she measured her fade levels with a digital reader. Her aim? A citrus-forward spirit with a buttery finish. Big Dog Ray, on the other hand, went big. He dumped in chocolate chip cookies, brownie bites, cinnamon rolls, and red velvet cupcakes. "If it ain't decadent, it ain't worth doing," he said. Then he added cocoa nibs and soaked bourbon vanilla beans in warm water like a baker prepping ganache. Still magies, the bakery mash fermented and bubbled. The distillers moved to the next phase, the distillation. Jesse fired up his copper still, no thermometer, just instinct. "If you listen to her, she'll tell you when it's time," he said, tapping the kettle affectionately. His banana nut whiskey began to drip, the scent like a Thanksgiving kitchen in November. Craze, meanwhile, calibrated every inch of her custom-built hybrid column still, using it deflagmator to fraction off any harsh heads. "Precision is flavor," she said, logging the distillation data in a notebook. Ray. He cranked up his pot still with a cowboy grin. tossing in a chunk of white chocolate to round it out. His spirit hissed through the worm like sweet smoke off a campfire. The tasting table after a long day of distilling, sweating, and second-guessing. The bottles were corked and placed on the table. It was time for the judgment. First up, Jess's banana pudding pie shine. Served in a mason jar wrapped in twine, it had a rich golden color and smelled of nutmeg and overripe banana. Mark took a sip. Now that's comfort in a cup. Millie nodded. The nuttiness on the back end, it's nostalgic. But the sweetness hits hard. Could use a little acid to cut through. Digger leaned back. It's like my mama baked it, but then someone added jet fuel. Next, Chris Lemon Velvet White Lightning. Her bottle was sleek, with a handwritten label. The nose was sharp and citrusy, with subtle vanilla undertones. Tim sipped and raised his eyebrows. Now that's a clean finish. Millie was impressed. Bright, balanced, and smart. Tastes like spring in Savannah. Digger grinned. Science wins again. Finally, Ray's Devils. Dessert. Thick and dark. The spirit looked almost like rum. The aroma? Chocolate, cinnamon, and a fiery hint of chili. Tim coughed. That's got some backbone. Mark chuckled. Tastes like if Willy Wonka ran a still. Millie smiled. Unapologetically bold. But there's some muddiness in the middle. The sweetness and spice are wrestling. And the winner is, after some heated debate and a few more sips, for quality control, of course, the judges came to their decision. Winner. Crystal Cries Barnisher Lemon Velvet White Lightning was deemed the most well-balanced, creative, and professionally executed spirit of the day. Tim shook her hand. That's master distiller work right there. Millie offered a smile. You turned cake into something elegant. That's real magic. Final toast to sunset. The distillers toasted with a shot of each other's work. Jessie slapped Ray on the back. Next time I'll throw in some chocolate. Ray grinned. And I'll borrow your pecan pie. Chris raised her glass. To weird ideas and even weirder booze. In true Moonshiners fashion, the episode closed with laughter, clinking glasses, and a reminder that tradition doesn't mean limitation, and sometimes the best whiskey starts with dessert. Prologue. What happened after since the episode aired? Chris' lemon velvet recipe has reportedly been adapted by a boutique distillery in North Carolina, while Ray has teased a chocolate chili rum project on social media. Jesse, ever the purist, has gone back to his roots, but rumor has it he's been asking around for banana suppliers. One thing's certain, baked booze may have started as a novelty challenge, but it proved that moonshining still has room to evolve, flavor by flavor, loaf by loaf, and bottle by bottle. In this sweet and spirited episode of Moonshiners, Master Distiller, the competition takes a delectable turn as 3 top distillers are challenged to transform a bakery's worth of cookies and confections into high-proof liquor. The twist? Tickle's mom brings the cake, adding a personal touch to the culinary experiment. Judged by Mark, Digger, Tim, and guest judge Millie Pertry, only one will be crowned Master Distiller. The distillers are presented with an array of baked goods, cookies, cakes, and other confections, and tasked with extracting their flavors to create a potent spirit. This challenge tests not only their distilling skills, but also their creativity in flavor extraction and their ability to balance sweetness with the high-proof nature of moonshine. Mark, a seasoned distiller known for his expertise and discerning palate. Digger, brings years of experience and a deep understanding of traditional distilling methods. Tim, offers a practical approach to distilling, focusing on efficiency and flavor. Millie Pertry, a guest judge with a background in culinary arts, providing a unique perspective on flavor combinations. Each contestant approaches the challenge differently. Distiller A opts for a classic approach, using a blend of vanilla and chocolate cookies to create a desert-inspired moonshine. The result is a rich, sweet spirit with a smooth finish. Distiller B takes a more experimental route, incorporating fruit-flavored candies into the mash. The outcome is a vibrant, fruity liquor with a surprising kick. Distiller C combines traditional baked goods with a hint of spice, aiming for a balanced flavor profile. The final product is a well-rounded spirit with subtle warmth. After tasting each creation, the judges deliberate. Distiller A's moonshine is praised for its smoothness and dessert-like qualities, though some judges feel it leans too heavily on sweetness. Distiller B's fruity concoction is noted for its boldness and creativity, but the balance of flavors is questioned. Distiller C's spirit receives commendations for its balance and complexity, making it a standout in this challenge. In the end, Distiller C is named the Master Distiller of the episode, earning the coveted title and the opportunity to showcase their winning recipe. Baked Booze showcases the ingenuity and skill of the distillers as they tackle an unconventional challenge. The episode highlights the versatility of moonshine and the creativity required to transform everyday ingredients into extraordinary spirits. With the guidance of experienced judges and the added twist of Tickle's mom's cake, the distillers rise to the occasion, delivering a memorable episode filled with flavor, flair, and a touch of sweetness. For more information and to watch the episode, visit Discovery's official website, this sweet and spirited episode of Moonshiners. Master Distiller, the competition takes a delectable turn as 3 top distillers are challenged to transform a bakery's worth of cookies and confections into high-proof liquor. The twist? Tickle's mom brings the cake, adding a personal touch to the culinary experiment. Judged by Mark.